Good evening, I am Hyang. I am teaching Department of Nursing at Jeju University. The paper title is Effects of Nail Art on Depression, Self-esteem, and Vitality of the Elderly in the Community with our professor Muyeong Yang. I start presentation. First, introduction. As living standards are improved and medical technology is developed, due to the rapid industrialization and economic assumption, the average lifespan is also extended. The population aging phenomenon is now moving toward an aging society. The elderly who prepare for aging face physical, sociological, and cognitive decline such as mental and social change, chronic disease, and fragility of death. But they expect a higher quality of life beyond just living long. Despite this expectation, aging causes serious social problems in our society. The growth of elderly population inevitably involves serious problems such as elderly poverty, disease, alienation, social loss and isolation, and economic weakness. The elderly suffer from physical problems such as physical deterioration and chronic disease, and psychological problems such as low lows and alienation and depression in their daily lives. As a result, their quality of life becomes lowered. In particular, Korean quality of life, which is very low rank, 29th among 38 OECD countries in 2018. But the rate of elderly suicide and elderly poverty rank first. So depression, self-esteem, and vitality of the elderly are emerging and important social problems, such as should be regarded as important throughout society. According to DSM-4, written by American Psychological Association, depression is defined as a cyclotomy involves symptoms such as psychological depressed mood, worthlessness, guilt, loss of interest, decreased concentration and memory, and thought of suicide. It is defined as psychology pathology that also involve physical symptoms such as change in sleep pattern, fatigue, and change in appetite or weight. Depression is a feeling of melancholy and sadness, unease, disappointment, or despondency, which is most common symptom commonly seen in the elderly, and is a growing problem in the elderly community. Depression is elderly is difficult to recognize without professional help, so elderly detection rarely occurs. Negative perception of psychiatric treatment is difficult to treat, and deterioration of depressed symptoms was not only the mental and physical health of elderly, but also has a huge negative effect on their daily life. However, due to emotional nature of Koreans, they have a negative eyes on treatment in the Department of Mental Health Medicine. Currently, Koreans are more interested in alternative therapy than direct mental health medicine. In fact, in recent media, there are a lot of healing programs such as a health program, travel program, and beauty program. Through these mass media, NART is also approaching the public in various ways of field of feeling. As a result, the researcher target the elderly who are vulnerable to depression and described above, and began to research on how NART that can be easily done at home, is accessible and inexpensive, can help reduce depression, increase self-esteem, and improve vitality of the elderly. Therefore, this study aims to clarify the relationship between depression, self-esteem, and vitality symptoms of the elderly in the community by receiving nail art for the elderly in community. This research showed that nail art is an active method that has a beautiful aesthetic function that reduces depression in elderly, increase self-esteem, and improve vitality. Therefore, this study aims at revealing the relationship between depression, self-esteem, and vitality of elderly in community by receiving nail art from elderly in community who have no problem in their daily life. It showed that an active management in the lower the depression, increase self-esteem, and improve vitality of the elderly through receiving a nail art. Furthermore, it is intended to help the general population to change their mood for depression, self-esteem, and vitality. Second, method of the study. Design of study. The design of study is to grasp basic data on the effect of nail art on depression, self-esteem, and vitality of elderly in the community, and to apply qualitative methods such as interview, observation, and research to find cultural specificity. The field study used to enter the daily life scene where human behavior occurs. Also, participation, observation, and interview are the main method. A total of 8 subjects were corrected through interview in the subject depression, self-esteem, and vitality. The order of experiments is as follows. First, before the experiment, grasp the condition of the subject hand and nail. Second, 5 minutes before nail art, interview or measure BP to investigate depression, self-esteem, and vitality. Third, nail art is applied for 30 minutes. Fourth, data were collected through interviews during and after the management. Selection of research participants and ethical consideration. The total subjects of this study are 8 elderly people from the local community in Jeonju. The purpose of this study was explained, and the elderly in the community who want to participate in the study were then selected. For the purpose of ethical consideration for such study participants, the purpose and procedure of the study were explained before starting the study. The study participant observation and interviews will be made anonymous. The participants were given a person guarantee of anonymity and explained that the interview contents will only be used for the purpose of this study. Collecting data. The data collection period was 32 days from March 20, 29th until April 20, 29th, in which the data was saturated. It started after receiving the first nail art and was recorded with the consent of participants. In-depth interviews were conducted 2 to 3 times, and the first interview took about 1 hour. In the second interviews were held for 60 to 120 minutes and focused on any part of first interview that was unclear or the participant statement was lacking. Interviews were conducted at the research lab by setting a convenient time for the participant, and tape of the participant statement were posted to the letter on the day for analysis. Data analysis. Doctor of Nursing with experience in qualitative research participated in to ensure that categorized content and related arrays were consistent to the original data, and to reduce the error of intervention and perception or researchers' one-side judgment in the data analysis process and increase reliability. In the process of naming painting, one major in Korea, literature joined and discussed to the name it. Finally, the results were consulted and evaluated by Doctor of Nursing. Third, result of the study. Studies subject general characteristics. The age distribution of the subject in the study was 71 to 81 years, and the average age was 75.8 years. Out of the 8 participants, 5 were elementary school graduate and 3 were high school graduate. All of them were married, 5 were widowed, and 3 had spouses. Hypertension was the highest in 5 patients, and 3 had diabetes for more than 3 months. 4 other bronchitis, osteoporosis, and angina were overlapping, resulting according to the characteristics of subject. As a result of qualitative research analysis on how the expression of receiving nail art affect depression, self-esteem, and vitality, a total of 48 raw material, 6 components, 5 categories, and 3 areas were derived. In the 3 areas, the participant experienced a refreshed mood, increased in confidence, and improved mood, which result in lower blood pressure. Interview result: reduced depression. After doing nail art, I feel refreshed and encouraged. Nail art make me pretty, clean, and feel good. When my nails are painted, I am more careful, and it also makes me want to get dressed up and change my hair. Increase self-esteem. After receiving nail art, I want to show my hand everywhere and my esteem increase. I feel good and refreshed, so my self-esteem is become higher. There is nothing as good as being young. I feel like I am getting younger and my self-esteem is become higher. When I receive nail art, I have a feel of superiority, my self-esteem increase, and depression is decreased. Positive challenge in vitality. Change in the vitality. Because I feel better, my heart is comfortable, and I feel like my blood pressure has dropped. I feel happy, so I feel like my blood pressure is dropping. I think my blood pressure dropped because I feel better. Conclusion: the purpose of this study was to examine the depression, self-esteem, and vitality of elderly through 8 participants in Jeonju community and how their depression, self-esteem, and vitality are related to nail art. The results of this study are as follows. First, it can be seen that the elderly who receive nail art not only reduce their depression but also improve their personal hygiene because they feel refreshed, and that the subject improve other aspects of their outer appearance. The depression reduction in this study is consistent with 9. Second, it can be seen that the elderly who receive nail art actively manage their appearance, thereby bringing about various change in the self-evaluation and affecting self-esteem. The evaluation of self-esteem derived from this study show a similar reaction to 10. I feel beautiful, feel good, and confident. Third, it can be seen that the elderly who receive nail art have a positive change in vital symptoms due to improved mood, stability, and enjoyment. The vital sign derived from this study has a similar reaction as follows. You feel better and you feel like your blood pressure is lowered because the autonomic nerve system and endocrine system and the immune system have a function to comprehensively move and return the mind and body to normal. In particular, if nail art is selected as a daily life program for the elderly and it reduces the inconvenience of going to nail shop, which is both practical and accessible. It is expanded that beauty therapy can contribute to a healing lifestyle therapy. Through the above consultation, I would like to make the following suggestion. Since this study was limited to 8 elderly women in the Jeonju community, it is necessary to be cautious about generating the result of this study. Subsequent study will not only expand the gender, region, and scope of research, but will also thrive on the in-depth analysis of psychological characteristics of nail art through other various uses in appearance management behavior, besides depression, self-esteem, and vitality barriers of the elderly in the study. In conclusion, for positive effect of reduction of depression, improve self-esteem and vitality in daily life, applying data to necessary facilities such as volunteer health project and the elderly welfare project is expected to help. Thank you for listening.